Hello, thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today I am going to try to shed some light, bring some hope and some awareness to World Prematurity Day. If you're new to my channel, I'm Bianca and I am a new mom to a preemie baby girl, Miss Olivia Kate. She is currently 8 months old. Oh my goodness, I literally cannot believe that. She was born at 32 weeks gestation, so her adjusted age is 6 months old. If you are watching this video today on November 17th, 2020, it is World Prematurity Awareness Day, and this day holds it holds a special place in our hearts and in our lives and in our story. Okay, just a few seconds in and I am already pretty emotional. I am a very, very emotional being. God has made me this way. But today I'm making this video for the preemie mom that's sitting right next to the isolette, just wanting to not feel so alone. Today, I hope I can bring some awareness, I can shed some light, and I can give you some hope. Because I've been exactly where you are. I have sat right where you are. I know your pain. I know your hurt. But most importantly, I know your strength. You are strong and you are brave, and look at that fighter you have just given birth to. But I know from the bottom of my heart that God is moving mountains for you and for your baby right now as we speak. I gave birth to my baby girl at 32 weeks and it rocked my world, and it was at the start of the pandemic, March 5th, 2020. Oh my goodness. And believe it or not, whether you feel it or you don't, you are strong. You are stronger than you could ever imagine. What you just went through was traumatic. What you just went through 2020 during a global pandemic is even more traumatic. But you can do this. And right now, in all of the darkness, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And today I just hope that I can bring awareness to that little piece of light for you. I know it can feel isolating and just, oh my goodness, like so traumatic. What you just went through was so traumatic. And maybe you don't know anyone that has ever gone through something that you've been through. For me personally, I didn't know anyone who had a preemie baby. It was a lot. It is a lot. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. And you know that. You're sitting there, the doctors come in and do rounds, nurses are switching out every 12 hours. You know, you don't know if your NICU stay is going to be 7 days or 60 days or 100 days. My baby's NICU stay was 48 days, and they were the longest 48 days. But I promise you, as I was sitting there, I was thinking, oh my gosh, when is she going to come home? When are we going to move on? When are we going to get past this? Like, when can I take my baby home? It will come. And it will be, oh my goodness, the best day ever. It's a lot to process. And my baby's 8 months old. I still get incredibly emotional talking about, you know, pieces of my story and of my journey, being a preemie mom and being a new mom to a preemie in a pandemic. That it's still very emotional for me. And of course, my story isn't the end all be all, and your story could look completely different to mine. Being a preemie mom, I've learned a lot of things. I think just entering into the whole, you know, journey of motherhood at an earlier stage, when you weren't expecting it, when you didn't have the nursery ready, when you maybe didn't have your baby shower yet. It really, God just really works in a way to show you like what matters and what doesn't. And I've learned so much. Personally, I've learned to let go of those expectations that we had, because for me and you, that's not what God had planned for us. And that is so much easier said than done. And I'm not sitting behind this camera or in front of your computer to tell you that I have just like let that go today. Trust me, I still have my time. I still have my moments when I think, and especially in the earlier phases. Even though Olivia has been here for 8 months now, I've worked through a lot of things. I've worked through a lot of emotions. So I'm not sitting here today to tell you like, let go, let go of expectations and move on. By all means, I'm not saying that. You have to feel those feelings. You have to mourn what you thought was supposed to happen so that you can move on and you can process what's happening to you right now, what your baby's going through right now, because your baby needs you. And I had to do that. I had to let go of the nursery's not ready and this isn't ready and that's not ready, because you know what? Doesn't matter. I'm sorry if this video is a little bit all over the place because my thoughts are just kind of all over the place. I just hope that you don't feel alone, because you're not alone. What has happened to you by giving birth prematurely happens in about 1 in every 10 babies. And that surprised me, that shocked me, because I have never talked to anyone, have never met anyone that has had a similar story to mine until now, until sharing parts of my story on social media and on YouTube. So many people have reached out to me and have shared their experience and shared their story of having a preemie baby, being in the NICU, and those amazing mamas that their babies are grown now. Their babies are 20s, they're in their 30s, and they're living these just beautiful lives. To hear those moms' messages and comments, it feels amazing to know like, there's hope. And just by sharing a little bit of my story here on the internet, I've gotten messages from moms in the NICU telling me like, I'm going through this right now. Thank you for sharing your story. It's giving me hope. And that is really what has brought me here today, to be able to sit down and film this for you on World Prematurity Awareness Day. So I do want to now shed a little light on maybe what you're experiencing in the NICU, or what you will or may be experiencing soon. It is, overwhelming. It's a lot to take in. You're recovering, right, from what you just went through. At the same time, your baby's going through a lot. Your baby may or may not have needed the CPAP. They may have needed just a little bit of oxygen. Your baby will be working with a respiratory therapist, and they are super helpful. But don't hesitate to ask questions. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in. You're talking to lots of different doctors depending on how long your NICU stay is. The nurses are rotating every 12 hours, your morning shift, your night shift. I'm not sure if you're able to stay the night. I wasn't allowed to stay the night until the end, because we were like it was right at the start of the pandemic. About a week and a half into my baby's NICU stay, the lockdown like really happened for the pandemic, and the NICU and the hospital just like they tightened up on their security and their rules intensely, where it got to the point where I was the only one allowed to be with the baby until the last few days I was able to stay in with her. So back to dealing with different therapists and doctors. Just ask questions. One of the biggest things I feel like advice that I can give the next preemie mom is, you are your baby's voice. You are your baby's advocate. I am a non-confrontational person. If I have to be, I will stand up and hold my ground, but I don't prefer that option, especially dealing with matters so delicate as your baby being in the NICU. I just wouldn't hesitate to ask anything or to confront someone about something. Now, we did have a little incident in, our little NICU stay, and I had to, have the courage and know like, hey, I'm my baby's mom, I'm my baby's voice, and I will speak up and ask questions where I need to. And again, if you're not confrontational, if that makes you uncomfortable, if that makes you anxious, blame it on someone else, right? Say, oh, my husband was curious about this, or my partner was wondering, why is this happening, or why isn't this happening? If you have to, put the blame on someone else, again, depending on how long your baby is staying in the NICU. I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but Olivia did stay in the NICU for 48 days. Your baby may or may not need a brain scan. I'm sure there is a list of reasons why. I know that they told me right then. I know for sure they just wanted to check to see if there was a brain bleed, and there wasn't. And that was due to how small she was when she was born. Olivia was 3 pounds. Another step in our process in our NICU stay was eye exams. And that was something that you don't think about those things. Of course, if Olivia were to have stayed in my tummy for another 8 weeks, she would have had, all of the development that a full-term baby would have. But they were concerned about her eyes since she was born so early and she was so tiny. They wanted to do a few eye exams. And due to the pandemic, the protocol was a little bit different. It should have happened once, and depending on the results, either she passed and wouldn't need it anymore, or if she failed, then she would need, further treatment. They did it the first time and she passed, but being that it was like a teletherapy type of situation, the doctor wasn't there to like sign off on everything. Like there would need to be like an in-house visit, and the doctors, the neonatologists, like all of that was new for everyone. So if you are watching this during the pandemic, protocols are just different right now. So I did have to do an outpatient eye visit with the ophthalmologist, and I don't want to sugarcoat this for you. If you are in the NICU when they do give your baby the eye exam, it doesn't hurt them. Like that's what they explained to me. It doesn't hurt them, but it is uncomfortable for them, and they are holding them down, and it isn't a pleasant thing to hear. And let's just say I will never forget what I heard. If you are there when they are going to do the eye exam, just, beware. Your baby may or may not need an echo or an EKG, where they kind of do like swaddle their little arms down and, do what they need to do to check out the baby's heart. That is, another normal thing that happens just depending on how early your baby was born and the weight of your baby. Just another few things about the NICU stay that you could experience or you may experience will be feeding your baby. Your baby is going to start their feeding through the ganache tube, which will then lead to bottle feeding and or breastfeeding, whichever you choose and however you proceed. So for Olivia, I did pump and breastfeed and bottle feed, and it was a process. It's one of those things that you don't think, I guess you just think, oh, like you're gonna have your baby and then you're gonna feed your baby, and that's just the way of the world. A common thing with premature babies is, a difficulty feeding. That like suck, swallow, breathe, do it all. That's a marathon, and it's something that I never thought about. I just thought you have the baby, you give the baby, the breast or a bottle, and they do what they do. And premature babies, they're fed through a tube, and they have to learn to bottle feed. And I'll never forget seeing Olivia try to bottle feed for the first time. I guess I wasn't prepared because I didn't know that it was a marathon for her. And at the time they're just giving her like 20 mLs, just like teeny tiny. And you see like this, like the nipple, and it's so big compared to her little mouth, and like it was a lot. And it is a lot different, if you do breastfeed. She did, we were very fortunate, and she latched on, immediately, and she knew what to do. And they kept telling me, breastfeeding and, the bottle, she'll have an easier time. Like it doesn't call for as much as the bottle. And that's a whole process, and that's something that's up to you and what you feel comfortable with, and working with the lactation consultant or your neonatologist, to find the right path for you and your baby. I just hope that you won't be discouraged with the process of feeding. The ultimate goal, like once your baby is, healthy and they're off oxygen and everything is going well, for us, our last stage was, all of the feedings. In order for your baby to go home and, they're completely healthy, they need to be able to drink all of their bottle feedings and not be on the tube. And, like that is a process. To have 8 feedings. And I remember they introduced, 2 feedings a day. So it's a pretty common thing to start with 2 or 3 bottle feedings around the clock, like in the morning, in the evening, or one in the afternoon, to just give your baby some time to grow. And because it is a lot of work. It is a lot of work for your baby to breathe, to suck, to swallow, to have all of those reflexes going on. It's on top of that to maintain their body temperature, which burns calories, and they're burning calories and they're eating, and then hopefully at the end of the night they haven't gained any weight so that we can add another bottle feeding. So that is a process, and I just hope that you don't get discouraged. I know there are so many highs and lows in the NICU. I mean, you can leave the NICU one night and you feel amazing, like you had a great day, baby had a great day, baby gained weight, they're consuming all of their bottle feedings and their breastfeedings, and everything's looking good. And then you go in the next morning and they're like, oh, baby lost 15 grams, so we're going to take off a bottle feeding. And you're like, wait, what? Like we were making progress. Like we're about to get out of here. It's okay. It happens. It's just a tiny little setback. You just have to keep moving on, and you just have to keep thinking about your baby is right where your baby needs to be. As much as I wanted Olivia home in a pandemic, just like going back and forth to the hospital, I was just like germs everywhere on the elevator, and then I'm going to see my baby. Like, as much as I wanted her home, I knew at the end of the day she was where she needed to be. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move on from the NICU stay. There are a ton more things that you will go through, that you will experience, that maybe I didn't experience. There are other things that I experienced that I'm not sharing here today because I don't want this video to be too long. So maybe that could be for another day. I did want to share and shed some light on some maybe like more silly things that maybe you'll need help with your preemie, like clothes. Oh my goodness, like where to buy preemie clothes. Maybe you had your baby shower and everybody gifted you 0 to 3 months, because we don't want to give everyone too many newborn clothes, but you have 0 preemie clothes. I would like to share some of our favorite places that we found preemie clothes, and our top place was Carter's. So we were like right at the beginning of a pandemic, so we did have to order a lot of things online. And most of these stores don't carry too many things in store for preemies, except for Carter's. Carter's is a really great place to shop, where you can go in the store and they have what you need for preemies. They have the little pant sets where you can get the little pants, the top, a little sweater, socks. Socks can kind of be hard to find for preemies, and we had the best luck at Carter's. Another great option is Walmart. Walmart had a lot of preemie onesies and little outfits, and they were definitely a great source for us. Target is another option, but they didn't have a ton of stuff. We were able to do a few like pickup orders on a few preemie items, but they just didn't carry a ton of stuff in store or online. But those are definitely some great options. And if you are able to have someone shop for you, I am very, very fortunate to have my mom and my sister do a lot of our shopping. Once Upon a Child is another option that you could look into. And if you are new to the Once Upon a Child scene, Once Upon a Child is a resale shop for gently used children's clothes, and they do offer preemie sizes. So you never know what they're going to have, but they do carry preemie size clothes, which is definitely a great option. Okay, your baby is really teeny tiny, and if you have a little girl and maybe you want some bows for her, bows can be kind of tricky, and we had some really great luck with some little bows from Walmart. I believe the brand is Wonder Nation, and I will have everything linked down below. And they were this like perfect little size for her tiny little head, and we really enjoyed those little bows while she was so teeny tiny. Okay, and the last thing that I would like to share with y'all today is just how Olivia is doing. My sweet baby girl, born March 5th, 2020, at just 3 pounds, is now 8 months, and she is a full 16 pounds. God is good. We owe all the glory to Him. He has really shined His light through that sweet baby girl. She is just everything that I could have ever asked for. Our story is different. It looks different. it's still different. You know, like once you have your preemie, a common misconception is like, oh, she's 16 pounds. Like, she doesn't look like a preemie anymore. Right, on the outside, she doesn't technically look like a preemie. She is still in, so we just transitioned into like 3 to 6 months clothes. Mind you, she is 8 months old. So, you know, on the outside, she doesn't necessarily look like a preemie, especially in pictures, but she still is a preemie on the inside. She was still born at 32 weeks. Her lungs are still very premature. Her organs are very tiny and premature. And, you know, that is something to really consider and really research. I did a ton of research when I was sitting in the NICU, and even to this day, I still research things. I want to be able to give Olivia my best, and knowing and researching and learning and educating myself in all areas to better help her is, you know, it's what I'm made to do, and it's what I'm here for. I'm here to help her and to provide for her, and that's what, you know, God has blessed me with. So the next items I want to talk about are some toys. I am very big into, like I mentioned, research. I do have a background in speech and language development, so I am very big on vocabulary, just very rich language-based activities, and some toys that Olivia has been obsessed with, and so have I, are some Lovevery toys. I will say, I do want you to know that they reached out to me and they wanted to gift these items to Olivia, which was beyond sweet, and we are so thankful for that, and they have come in handy so much. She absolutely loves them. Okay guys, and here is my sweet, precious, preemie girl, Miss Olivia Kate. She is 8 months old, adjusted age of 6 months, and she is just doing so good. She is so strong. She's growing every day. She is rolling over and she is on the move. She is so curious about the world, about all of her toys. She is trying to crawl. I'm so proud of her. So we love our play gym. It is made of the best quality and it comes with a year's worth of play. Another great thing about the play gym and the play kits from Lovevery is that they come with a little companion. So as you can see here, I have a little obstacle course set up for Olivia. So since she is on the move, I have something like in each corner. So when she makes it over here, we stop and we read a book. When she makes it over here, we play with her little tissue box that comes in the 5 to 6 month Lovevery play kit. This is great for hand-eye coordination. Then we have this little weeble wobble over here when she makes it over here. Then we get our little socks on when she makes it to this corner. And then she has her basket of toys here. So these are the little Lovevery companion guides that come with the play gym and the play kits. So this one here comes with the play gym, and it is, again, a year's worth of knowledge here. Like I mentioned, I love researching. I love seeing the data that supports the research, and Lovevery does it here for you. This is one of Olivia's favorite toys. Yay! Hi, baby. So like I was mentioning about the little guide here, or the little companion, it's exactly that. It's a guide, it's a companion, it's something for you to be able to, you know, soak up the knowledge so that you'll be able to help your baby grow and learn, but it's just a little guide. I will leave a link to our play gym and our 5 to 6 month play kit in the description box below if you'd like to check it out. We absolutely love it, and thank you, Lovevery, for gifting these to Miss Olivia. Yeah? Play with your toy.
I lose my breath whenever I see you. You stole my heart, what is it that you do? My life was great till you added colors. Like the moon needs the sun, we don't care about the others. You set my world on fire. You're my heart's desire. I love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Please tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world on fire. You set my world on fire. I don't know what I'd do without you. You make me smile, what is it that you do? My life was great till you added colors. Like the moon is the snow, we don't care about the others. You set my world on fire. You're my heart's desire. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Please tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world on fire. You set my world on fire. I just want you, I just need you. I don't know what it is you do. I just want you, I just need you. I don't know what it is you do.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up today's video here. I had one goal in mind today, and that was to bring some awareness to preemies. That is to bring some awareness to what they go through and what we go through as moms. And this is, again, just like a tiny little peek into what has happened and what goes on. And we're still on a journey because it doesn't end when you leave the NICU. So I just hope that I was able to bring you some hope and let you know that you're not alone. I would love to hear your story in the comments down below, and no pressure at all. It has taken me a long time to just be able to talk about things, and I still have not shared what happened, and I haven't shared a full story of, our experience here on my YouTube channel. Hopefully one day I will be able to do that, so no pressure to do that down below. If you would just like to leave your name to be added to my prayer list, definitely do that as well. I would love to pray for you and for your baby. Just know that I'm thinking about you. Me and Olivia pray for all the preemie babies every day. So before I go, just know that you are strong and you can do this, mama. I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you did like it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you would like to, be a part of our journey, see what we do. I do post some day in the life vlogs. I do have a crafty side of myself, so I love to be crafty and create DIYs. I post haul videos and planner videos. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, don't forget to subscribe before you leave and hit that notification bell so that you won't miss the next upload. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.
I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. I'm trying to make this darkness go away. I'll paint with colors and I'll sing until my lungs give out. I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. And I will leave my windows open so that I can hear the sound of people talking and the wind blowing in the trees. Oh, I will open up my eyes so I can see the light. Oh, and I'll try to spread my wings so I can fly. Oh, and the darkness starts to fade. Feels like things are gonna go my way.